Hey you guys, what's going on? What is happening? Ashley Elizabeth here with AEHM Artistry, and in today's video we are talking all about the brand new Alter Ego Temptress Palette. Alter Ego is a brand new duping brand that will be duping out some high-end products and this and that, but this is their very first launch and it's the Temptress Palette. I've actually already used this palette a few times, that way I could form a valid, solid opinion, so this is not a first impressions video, this is more of an in-depth review, and I'm going to be talking also about specifications and doing a little eye tutorial for you, showing you this little sultry, dramatic look, showing off the actual pigmentation and blendability of this product. So if that all sounds good and dandy to you guys, if that is what you're here for, then you're in the right place. So let's go ahead now and sit back, hang tight, and keep on. You know what's coming. Watch it. Before we jump right into this video, let me take a little moment to be like a good little YouTuber, okay, and say like, hey, if you like beauty videos, if you like all this fun stuff where we just hang out and talk about makeup, talk turkey, then go ahead and hit the little red subscribe button. That way you don't forget, because I know, you know, we get buried in the whole rabbit hole, which is YouTube, and click on another video, but you don't want to have me lost in the sauce. You want to know when I'm going to post more, so hit the little red button and go ahead and follow me on social media, which is mostly Twitter and Instagram. I try really hard to do Facebook, but anyways, you guys aren't here to have me self-promote myself. You are here to find out about this palette and if it's worth your coin, and I'm hopefully here to kind of sort that out for you and tell you the ins and outs and all of that. So like I mentioned at the beginning, Alter Ego is brand new to the market and they're saying that they're going to be a duping type of brand. Now, full disclaimer, this video is not sponsored at all, but I was sent this in PR for me to try out and give my honest review. Alter Ego actually reached out to me in January when they were kind of wrapping up products and wanted to see if I'd be interested in reviewing it for an honest review, and I said yeah, as long as you know that it's honest and I'm gonna tell you the real tea and find out. And they were like, yes, we are here for that. We want to know like what you guys' feedback is it good, is it bad, what needs to change, what doesn't need to change, all that jazz. And that is what I look for when working with a brand. So thank you Alter Ego for being open to that, because that's awesome, but not sponsored. You know me, I want to find out more dupable brands for you guys, that way you guys can save some coin when necessary and when applicable, and that is what I'm here to do for you today. Hopefully find out what's good and what you would be interested in collecting in your collection. Another thing that I asked them when they were reaching out to me, it says, number one, are you cruelty free, and are you having any intentions of selling in mainland China or anywhere else where animal testing is required? And they said no, they did not have any intentions of selling anywhere where animal testing is required, and they do not test on animals nor their ingredients. So I am here for that, especially for an affordable brand. We like to save money, but we also don't want to do it at the expense of an animal's life. This palette is retailing for only $16. Now I'm going to draw a quick little comparison here, because there are rumors circulating and I don't know what's true, I don't know what isn't, but I'm just going to mention it because I know it's going to come up in the comments. Is there's a rumor that Alter Ego is either going to be replaced or is a sister brand or something to Bad Habit. That to me is a complete rumor. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where it stems. I didn't ask them point blank. Maybe I should have, but probably, I don't know. They probably would want to keep it separate even if it was. I don't know the tea on that. I have no tea over here with you and me. Sorry, but that is a rumor. I just don't know any validity to it. So this is going to be reviewed as a separate brand. However, it is interesting that the price point is also $16. But packaging, other than the same layout as Anastasia dupes, its packaging is totally different. We'll go over that in a second. So $16 for this palette, you get 14 shades, and yes, it is a similar layout to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, which they are specifically duping. So you can draw comparisons with that if you would like, but I think it's a pretty close dupe here. A couple of the shades when I was looking at the swatches compared are just slightly different. So that kind of is, to me, is kind of how Bad Habit was. They wouldn't be like exactly 100%, but pretty darn tootin' close. As far as performance goes of these eyeshadows, now I've worn it at least 3 times, and one time I actually put it on my sister. She had like a last minute photo shoot. She just graduated with her master's. Good job, Gabby girl, good job, girl. And she wanted me to do like a quick little eyeshadow before she went and got her pictures done. This is all that I had because I was visiting my parents, and the look came out so pretty. If I can find a picture of it, I'll pop it up here, because I have a couple pictures of the other looks that I did, and everything just blended on so beautifully. It was so seamless, and it was just like quick. I only had like 10 minutes to do her eyeshadow really quickly, and it was a breeze, super easy. I really liked that. And then I used it on myself 2 or 3 times, whatever footage I'll have, I'll pop it up here for you to see. And it was just really nice, quick on the go type of neutral palettes. I mean, you guys might be familiar with the Sultry palette, cool tone palette, not like crazy like colors, just a nice, the shimmers in here are absolutely beautiful and you can create a lot of neutral, beautiful looks with that. But as you can see today, you can create some dramatic looks too. You just kind of have to think outside of the box when it comes to dramatic looks with a palette like this. But lots of smoky looks because you got that black and that brown. Oh honey, yes! Since we're speaking of shadows, let's go ahead and pop up some swatches on the screen. That way you guys can see everything like for what it is. Here's the top row all swatch for you guys to take a look at. I think that these are swatching really beautifully. They're almost buttery. They're just a dip below buttery, if that makes sense, but they're still pretty smooth. The glitters are very buttery though, but the mattes I'm talking about have like a bit of like a drier buttery feel, but not like super dry either. But talk about pigment, like hello, these are swatching absolutely beautiful, and this black is just amazing. You will see in the eye tutorial that it's the bee's knees, honey. And here are swatches of the bottom row. This is where most of the shimmers are at, but we do have two mattes in this section. And again, everything's swatching very buttery, really nice. These shimmers are so beautiful. And then you have like a nice base shade here, and then this brown, cool tone and gorgeous. Hello, absolutely beautiful. Yes, so those are blending beautifully, they're applying beautifully, and now you're probably wondering, but how is the wear time? How's the longevity? Do they stay on the lid or do they crumble and fall apart and they're gone forever? No, they stay on all day. I have had no problem at all with them fading or creasing or anything like that. In fact, this eyeshadow tutorial I did, oh my god, this keeps happening to me. 3 hours ago, 3 hours, and this gold shimmer is not creasing, not budging, everything looks the same. So good news on that. The only complaint I think I'm having so far, and this is just my particular preference, you know, just mine, I don't particularly like the packaging. I think if you notice, it's like a silk satin sheet situation, which is fine. The actual feel, it's a cardboard feel. It doesn't feel luxurious like you would want an eyeshadow palette to feel. I mean, it's not going to be as nice as Anastasia's Sultry palette. It's just not. That one is covered in that glitter and it's bigger because it fits your brushes, but this one, it's just, you kind of pay for the shadows instead of the packaging. So that's not a deal breaker for a lot of people. That's totally fine. It's just something that I like to see a little. I'm such a consumer. I like pretty palettes. You know me, I just bought that Tarte High Tides Good Vibes palette. Like that's the prettiest, almost one of the prettiest ones you can get, but it's okay as long as they perform well. It's what's on the inside that counts, not with the outside. Ashley, calm down. But I'm comparing it to, and maybe I shouldn't draw comparisons there, but to the Bad Habit palettes. I love that soft touch feel. Those palettes are about the same price point. I think they're around $14 to $16 now, and they don't feel like a $16 palette. To me, those feel like at least $30 palettes. This, if I just picked it up, if I was just like at a store, like, and I grabbed it, oh yeah, about $16, yeah. And then when I swatch it, I'd be like, whoa, that's a good find. So that's like exactly what you're getting with this. So inside is absolutely beautiful. The formulas, like I mentioned with the swatches, they're not like crazy buttery, but they don't like fly everywhere either. They have just enough creaminess to it, but a little bit of dryness. And I think that's why the matte shades stick so well to the eyelids, is because they have a little bit of they're not, I'm not going to say dry because everybody thinks like that's so bad to have a dry one, but it's not dry because they're still buttery. It's just somewhere in between. You kind of get the best of both worlds. The shimmer shades though have a buttery feel, really smooth, and they just stick right onto the lids. I can use them with a brush, I can use them with my fingers, bada bing, bada boom, it's all good. Now if you're interested in picking up this palette for yourself, it is available on Shop Alter Ego's website, and I will link that down below in the description box. Now, kind of like a disclaimer, they sent me a discount code, but I don't honestly know that much specifications on it. They just sent it with the palette. So I will link that down below to save you 15% off. At this very moment, I don't know if it's an affiliate code or not. I emailed them, so I'm just gonna wait back to hear from them because I was just going through it right now and I'm like, oh, I should probably find out. But I'll leave it down there because either way to you, it saves you 15% off. And it says that for a limited time, they are offering free shipping on the palette, but I will link all that information down in the description box. So if you are interested in the palette, you can get like the full tea on that, you know, and find out what you can save and everything, but don't feel like you have to use it. I don't even know if it's like an affiliate or if it's just a fun code for you guys, but either way, it's exciting because we all like to save some money. I think that's all there is about specifications, so if you are all ready for it, let's go ahead and zoom in on my eyeballs and we'll start doing this eye tutorial. Okay. This is quite a look now, isn't it? So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna be wearing these eye patches for a couple more minutes. I probably only got like 3 hours of sleep last night. My dog was up all night. He got sick again, so thought it was a bee sting a couple days ago. Some of you guys might know about that, but he had an allergic reaction again, and we gotta take him back to the hospital this morning. So he's gonna be there getting stabilized for the next few hours, and we can go pick him back up. They said he'll be fine. It's just something, he's allergic. We think it might be his food that he's been on for 5 years. He's on a special food diet, but he might just be allergic to that again. It's poor puppy, I tell you, it's so sad. But anyways, I'm gonna keep myself distracted and do this little video for you guys. So I'm gonna be using mostly affordable products for this eye tutorial today because I'm using an affordable palette. I wanna keep it, you know, nice, cohesive. So then I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas again to prime my eyes, and I'm just gonna put it on all over. And I'll use it later to cut the crease canvas later. Now, as I usually do, I'm gonna go in with a nice base shade. This one is called Lace in the palette, and I'm gonna set just my brow bone. We're gonna go in with the darkest shade, which is much different than I usually do, but I'm gonna be trying to do that really rounded look. I don't have the best eye shape for it, or amount of eyelid space, but I kind of mapped it out yesterday and I was liking it, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go right in, mixing a Stiletto, the black shade, and After Hours, that dark brown. The reason why I mix it, because I don't want it to be as stark, you know, I don't want to be like super. This black is like, I have to say, one of the best black eyeshadows I've ever used. I know, right? Like, what? This Dupe palette, this affordable palette is coming out with an amazing black shade. Yeah, it's really good. I know, I was surprised too. I'm gonna take this little rounded packing brush, starting over here at the corners, right there, kind of stamping it. And right now I'm just placing those colors down, dipping back and forth into my palette as needed. Gosh, do you see how pigment that is? Even with it toned down with the brown, it's crazy. Crazy amount of pigment that you're getting with this. I'm just gently, like, not even going back and forth. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm like tap pushing the product around and moving it to where it needs to go to get that rounded look. Now that I look like a panda, like actual panda, hopefully a cute panda, I'm gonna go in with that blush, which is that beautiful coral shade in the palette. This brush is very similar to my BH Cosmetics brush that came in the set. This one. So I love this one for like really fine detail and like getting just into the crease. Yeah, they're almost the same size. This one's just a tad fluffier, but very soft, really nice. I'm very much enjoying it. So now I'm gonna take this shade and just gently blend it onto right where the black shade ends, barely touching my lid, honestly. Bringing it all the way around town, down here too. Just kind of going back and forth, dipping and gently blending, dipping and gently blending. You know, look like this does take some patience and some practice, but when it's all done, you'll see it'll be beautiful. Sometimes you have to trust the process, because I know, especially with these patches, I'm looking real crazy. So now I'm going in with that same brush and barely dipping into the black shade called Stiletto and back into blush, that coral shade, tapping it off, and then very gently blending those two together just on that line right there. So there's no harsh lines. Like, seriously, you have to be so gentle with this one. Back and forth, say it with me, back and forth, back and forth. Now I'm going in with the Sigma E40 brush, which is just a really fluffy blending brush, and dipping right back into that coral shade called blush, tapping off. Doesn't really have that much fallout, but I'm tapping off just in case and dusting it, I would say, right on that brow bone right there, just to still make sure that it pops, you know? You can actually tell that I'm not really having any fallout with these. A tiny itty bitty bit, but for a black shade, not too bad, huh? I'm actually gonna take these off because I can start to feel my skin being a little too tightened. And these were the Skin, what is it? Skin Iceland eye gels. They're like always on sale during the Ulta 31 Days of Beauty, 21 Days of Beauty. I'm all over the place, you guys. Obviously, I think I have pretty good reason to be a scatterbrain today, but let's move on. So I don't have to do too much cutting of the crease, but I still want it to really pop. So I'm gonna take that Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas, put it on the back of my hand, try to find my cut crease brush. There it is. I found it right away. I'm being so dramatic today. Take a little tiny bit on your brush, both sides, kind of flatten it out almost, if that makes sense. And then you just have to find your placement. So what I do, I am looking kind of straight ahead, but slightly down. And I'm gonna go right above my pupil here, pull it down, and then start working my way up to what I need. And what I need is more of this stuff. I did not put enough on at all. And I want to take it a little bit high today. I want it to be very dramatic. This is higher than I would usually take it, but that's what I want to do. I'm just gonna tap out those corners. Now I'm gonna go in with, I'm really excited about this because I was gonna do something different yesterday when I was mapping it out. I put this on the other eye and I was like, yes, that's the winner. You know when makeup makes you like super excited? That was last night when I was trying this. So I'm gonna go in with Guilt, which is this crazy bronzy gold shade. I'm gonna load up my brush. I'm gonna place it right over where we just placed down the cut crease. Oh, will you look at that? Would you look at that? Look at it. If you haven't seen that YouTube video, by the way, it's amazing. Go see it. Hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, wow. This is just so gorgeous. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous shade, right? Right? Am I right? But we're not done there. No. And by the way, I work on one eye at a time when I use the cut crease canvas because it can transfer and, you know, it just stays kind of wet. So I try to do just one eye at a time. So I'm gonna go in, dip a little bit into the blush shade because I want to make it nice and cohesive, but I still want that shimmer. And I'm gonna take it onto the edges just like I did with that ABH Riviera palette. And I just really love that look. So I kind of want to do more looks like that. Wow. Oh, that's so pretty. And just blend that into each other. Take a little bit of Guilt, the gold shade, and just tap it so it blends between the two colors. That is super duper cool. I'm gonna take a little bit of that black and brown mixed together just on the edges right here. Again, just to make sure it blends. Just kind of doing some detail work now. I'm gonna go to the other eye real quick. I will be right back. Okay, looking super dramatic and cartoon-like, which I'm okay with. So, liner. I was gonna do like some black and gold, but I think the gold might get lost in the sauce actually. So I think I'm just gonna go in with some light black liner, throw on some lashes, and I'm just gonna do the whole everything. I'm gonna do all of the rest of my makeup except the lower lash line. I will come back and do the lower lash line with you all, y'all. All right, we're back, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling like a villain from an 80s movie, and I'm kind of digging it, not gonna lie. Okay, let's do the lower lash line real quick. Going with blush on this little pointed flat brush. I'm gonna drag it all across the lower lash line, connecting to the corners. And with the same brush, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the black and the brown, Stiletto and After Hours, and smudge it right on the lower lash line. And keeping with the sultry, grungy vibes, I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl Glide On liner, and I'm gonna put that on the lower lash line as well. I already did this on the upper waterline, and I also used the ColourPop liner, liquid liner, just right there on the top. And now with the shade Seduction, we're gonna take it right on this little round brush and pop it right in the inner corner. Ah, so pretty. And then for lashes, I'm gonna go in with, I already cut them all, but the AOA Studio. I've never tried these before, but they're the premium lashes in Jean, but honey, they're like $1.50 lash. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pop them on and we'll see how they do. They're a little bit thick though, I'm not gonna lie. Like the actual band is a little bit thick, so we'll see how it goes. All right, lashes are on. Those are some extra lashes. Like they are really pretty. I know this isn't a review on the lashes, but they're really pretty. I just don't like that the band is like so thick. Like House of Lashes is the perfect amount of thickness. This one's a little bit thicker than that, but they're only $1.50 as opposed to like $10 or more. So I'm liking that. We'll see if they stay throughout the day, but you guys, what do you think about this eye look? I am loving it, and can you believe that it was done with a $16 eyeshadow palette? Oh, wow. These eyeshadow brands are like really coming through. They're really coming after it. So yeah. All right, you guys, so here is the completed look all done up for you in dramatic YouTube style. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this palette. If this is something that you are wanting to pick up, do not forget that there is a discount code down in the description box. I'm not sure how long it goes, but I will try to update that and everything for you guys. Like I mentioned at the beginning, I was sent this in PR, so I don't know what the buying experience is yet for Alter Ego. So do take that into consideration, but it's out there if you want to see it. I have not seen a dupe yet for the Sultry palette, so this would be your girl if you're looking for a dupe because it's performing quite beautifully. If you are new to my channel and you just stumbled upon my face for the very first time, hey, what's up? Welcome. You're going to want to go down and hit that little red subscribe button. That way you get notified when I post new videos, which is at least 3 times a week, and we would love to have you part of our fam bam. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope every single one of you out there have a great, freaking awesome, wonderful, happy, lovely, romantical day.